Your house is cold, the power bill is hot, and the so-called modern heating system is working overtime just to make the air slightly less miserable. Meanwhile, people in the 1800s stayed warm, with zero electricity, zero gas furnaces, and zero complaints. One simple Victorian heat trick is now going viral again, and honestly, it makes a lot of today's heating setups look, well, pretty soft. Let's get straight into the good stuff. Back in the Victorian era, warmth wasn't about heating the whole house. That would have been wasteful, expensive, and nearly impossible. Instead, they mastered the art of heating the human, not the building. And that mindset shift is the secret sauce. How Victorians heated themselves, not the air. Central heating didn't exist for most homes. Large houses were drafty. Windows leaked air. Walls had little insulation. So Victorians focused on trapping and storing heat close to the body. The star of the show was simple but genius: the hot water bottle. Instead of trying to warm thousands of cubic feet of air, they warmed just a few square inches of space around their bodies. That's not old-fashioned. That's efficient. The bed was a heat chamber. Victorian beds were designed to trap warmth. Heavy blankets, thick quilts, bed curtains in wealthier homes. These weren't decorative. They created a microclimate. Once a hot water bottle went in, that heat stayed trapped like a thermal bunker. Now, here's where it gets interesting for us. You can do the exact same thing today. A modern hot water bottle or microwave heat pack placed under your blanket about 15 minutes before bed can transform an ice-cold mattress into a heat reservoir. Your body then maintains that warmth through the night with far less need for room heating. Thermal mass was their hidden weapon. You know, the Victorians also used something that, well, modern homes tend to ignore: thermal mass. These are materials that absorb heat slowly and then release it just as slowly. Bricks, stone, ceramic. People would actually warm bricks near the fire, wrap them up in cloth and place them in beds or foot warmers. And the brick didn't just feel warm, it radiated heat for hours. Slow, steady, reliable. This same principle is actually used today in high-efficiency building design. But, well, you don't need an architectural degree to make use of it. A simple heated stone, a ceramic hot water bottle, or even a dense heat pack works the same way. It stores energy and releases it gradually, rather than blasting heat that disappears in just a few minutes. World War II families used similar tricks. If you fast forward to World War II, fuel shortages were very real. Coal and gas were rationed, you see. So families had to get creative. Rooms were closed off, and families gathered in one heated space instead of trying to warm the whole house. Sound familiar? It's the same philosophy. Heat the people, shrink the space, control the airflow. That mindset saved fuel, reduced costs, and kept people warm in brutal winters during wartime shortages. Today, it can slash your heating use if you apply it smartly. Layering air like clothing. Victorians understood insulation even if they didn't use that word. Heavy curtains over windows trapped a layer of still air. Rugs on floors reduced heat loss. Draft stoppers block gaps under doors. Each layer slowed heat escape. Think of it, if you will, like wearing multiple thin layers instead of one giant coat. The air trapped between layers becomes insulation. You can do this right now. Thick curtains closed before sunset, a rolled towel at the base of doors, rugs on bare floors. Suddenly your room holds heat longer without the heater constantly cycling on. It's not glamorous, it's physics. Why this beats cranking the thermostat? Modern heating systems, well, they warm air fast. But, you know, air doesn't really hold heat all that well. It rises, it leaks, and it just disappears through tiny gaps you don't even see. Meanwhile, your body loses heat through contact with cold surfaces. Cold beds, cold chairs, cold floors. The Victorians, they attacked that problem directly. Warm the surfaces you touch. Warm the space you sit in. Warm the bed you sleep in. A hot water bottle in a blanket fort beats a heater trying to fight the entire outdoors. And let's talk numbers in simple terms. Lowering your thermostat just a few degrees while using localized heat like a hot water bottle can noticeably reduce energy use over a winter. Less furnace cycling, less fuel burned. Same comfort level because your body stays warm. That's not just cozy, that's strategic. The comfort factor is real. Here's something people don't expect. This method doesn't just save energy, it often feels better. Radiant heat against your body feels deeper and more soothing than warm air blowing around a room. It relaxes muscles, helps circulation, and, you know, it makes cold sheets feel like a pre-warmed hug instead of a shock to the system. Victorians didn't have streaming services, but they knew how to get comfortable in winter. And honestly, they were onto something we forgot in the age of thermostats and vents. How to use this trick today. Boil water. Fill a sturdy hot water bottle. Seal it tight. Then just slide it under your blankets before bed, or keep it near your feet while sitting. Pair that with layered clothing, thick blankets, and closed curtains at night. Focus on the room you actually use. Close doors to unused spaces. Block drafts. Build warmth where you are, not where you aren't. It's simple, it's cheap, and, well, it works. Old knowledge still hits hard. You know, history isn't just battles and dates. It's survival skills, comfort strategies, and everyday hacks that help people get through harsh winters long before modern systems existed. This Victorian heat trick stuck around through World War II for a reason. It works, plain and simple. And now, in a world of rising energy costs, it's making a serious comeback. Sometimes progress isn't about new technology. It's about remembering what already worked. If you want more forgotten wartime and historical life hacks that still matter today, make sure you subscribe to 0 Hour World War II and, well, share this with someone who's tired of sky-high heating bills. History might just keep you warmer this winter.